This is the Fifine K688. It's a microphone, but also boasts the advantage of having a USB connection, meaning you can plug it straight into your iPhone, iPad, computer without the need of an audio interface. All for under £80. Let's find out if this is any good.
I feel good. Oh, I knew that I would.
So they claim that this is a studio quality broadcast mic with a warm sound profile. So I think the key standout feature with this microphone is the fact that it has a USB connection built in, so you don't need an audio interface if you're just going to be using the microphone itself. It's also got the headphone jack on the unit, so you can monitor yourself at the same time. And you've got these two different dials here to control the volume of the microphone itself or the volume of your headphones. There is a shock mount already built in, which should provide you with some good isolation when popping it on a mic stand. In a moment, I'm going to connect it to a boom arm, which they have also sent me with this microphone to make things easier if you have this in a permanent desk setup. This is the professional microphone arm that mounts to your desk that I'm going to install with the microphone now. So here you can now see the microphone installed on the boom arm, which allows you to easily go up, down, move it around. If you want to swing it out of shot, swing it back in, nice and easy. Quality is okay. I wouldn't say it's the sturdiest mic arm, but this microphone is quite light, so it's certainly more than capable of handling this microphone. Not bad at all. We're going to do a few tests and see if this thing is worth your money or not. So this is just a quick test so that you can hear what the DJI clip-on mic sounds like. There is no EQ or compression added to this microphone. So this is the K688 microphone now plugged in directly via USB into my iPad. And I've opened a program called Loopy Pro, which is where I do most of my audio work. And on screen, you can just see an equalizer that I've opened up so that we can see the frequency response here. But it's not actually doing anything, just so that we can see what's going on. And I think it sounds pretty nice upon first impression. It's quite clear, quite warm, it sounds decent. But one slight concern I've got is if I get a little bit animated, it sounds a little bit distorted. Let me show you what I mean. Hey, yeah. And as you can see on screen, we're not distorting, we're not into the red. So it's not digital distortion, it's distortion coming from this microphone or somewhere in this chain. Oh, you hear that kind of, hey. However, if I'm just talking, I believe that it sounds okay. Now, I have messed around with the microphone input amount here, and this is only just on, so I don't think I'm going to get rid of that distortion when trying to do any vocals. So that's the sound of the microphone right now using the built-in USB hub. Let's plug it in via the USB cable now into my tried and tested RME Babyface and see if I can get better audio quality. So you are now listening to the K688 plugged directly via XLR in to my sound card, and again going through Loopy Pro to monitor the audio. And to my ears at the moment, it sounds a little bit cleaner, a little clearer. It sounds quite nice, quite pleasing. And I wonder if we have that slight distortion edge that I was talking about a moment ago. Again, sorry for the strange noises, but we got to do this, right? We got to do this. Hey, it sounds a lot better already. It's not super clear, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're not getting any of those harsh distortion artifacts that we were getting. So it seems to me like the built-in USB audio interface, so to speak, or audio protocol is not doing as good a job. But then that makes sense because this sound card is like £600. So, you know, completely different ballpark. You would expect the converters built into this thing to be better. So that's not as big of a problem as you might think, because the times that I would use this plugged in to my iPad or iPhone will be when I'm just simply doing dialogue work, talking. I'm not going to be singing, I don't expect in that instance. Anytime I'm singing, I've always got a guitar or another instrument, so that's not really important here. But I thought it was important to point these things out. If you think that this can be some kind of vocal microphone, I don't think it can really compete with some more expensive microphones that are obviously designed for that purpose. So now we are listening to the Aston Spirit condenser microphone. Now this needs 48 volt phantom power, but I thought it would be quite nice to compare. You can already hear the high end coming through this microphone. It's a condenser microphone after all, and it's designed to pick up these subtle little frequencies when you're miking an instrument or singing. Do you prefer the sound of the Fifine, or do you prefer the sound of this microphone here? Okay, so we're now back on to the K88 using the XLR out, and I've messed around with a little bit of EQ and compression, and I'm also going to add some reverb and just kind of noodle around, sing a few bits and see if this can sound musically pleasing.
I feel good. Oh, I knew that I would. And I feel good. Oh, I knew I would. Yeah. So good. So good, yeah. And I got you.
Surprisingly good. I'm really impressed with that. It's actually quite enjoyable to play through, to sing through, and to monitor through. So that's through my sound card. I'm quickly going to record a guitar loop and then go back to the USB connection and see if I can get it sounding as nice as that. We're back on the K688 plugged in directly via USB, and let's turn that reverb back on.
Oh, oh.
I can still hear that slight distortion.
See, I feel good. Hey, hey, oh, knew I would. And I feel nice. Oh, yeah, I knew I would.
My first impressions now listening is that it sounds okay, but it is definitely nowhere near as clear as when you use a dedicated audio interface. That makes sense, right? One is built into this very low cost mic combination. The other is a very expensive audio interface. So definitely something to consider. So my impressions, I really like the mic. I like the boom arm. It's a nice, easy solution to use. I haven't been blown away with the audio quality when plugged in directly via USB. I think it's absolutely fine for talking over like I am now. But if I was to do any higher quality audio work, I probably wouldn't go with this microphone. But for doing simple talking head style videos, tutorials, and that kind of thing, or maybe streaming, I think this is a really good option for the money. It means you don't have to mess around with an additional audio interface if you're just going to be doing spoken word. But for me, it's going to be really useful for simple talking head videos, and I do plan to use it on some of my tutorials. I will put an Amazon link to where you can purchase this microphone as well as the manufacturer's website so that you can take a further look yourself. But yeah, that's it. The K688 from Fifine. Pretty cool little cheap option for you out there if you just want to start podcasting or making videos.